Prime one, that's him. Sky. Thought you thought, but I wasn't born yesterday. All I do is ball. You goofies underestimate. Heavyweight bag, step on your weight class. I done moved across states, but I can't cap. Strap with it on my pivot, clocking digits. Rock hard and I ain't even in the kitchen. I'm on a mission to move soft, make a thing flip like a moonsault. Keep a switch for everybody through salt. Face froze, somebody check dude's pulse. Is you stepping or stepped on? Wake the game up, make them regret I was slept on. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the great poop on. I'm getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true boat, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's on business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah, it just hit different. You find my story is all non-fiction. I put my fan before me and I gotta mention. I keep an air fan, tone my other henchman. For you squares, option for opposition. And you ops, I get popped trying to stop my ascension. Talking generational, you got my attention. Underworld motivational, you feel the sensation. Try to see how I look, get booked, I'll take it. I was just a cook, all it took was some patience. Now my phone off the hook, I got hella deals waiting. You ain't really made it unless you got somebody hating. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the great poop on. Getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true boat, brother, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's on business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah. Prime one, that's him. I said, who that? Act like you knew that. Bogart rock, Papa's got a brand new bag. Living in the city, sorta kinda like New Jack. When the night fall, we gon' ball, throwing blue racks. Hey, fuck is wrong with you? You can't play with me. I make the product move, the game is made for me. Finna charge it to the game, shit ain't for free. Take the chip home, ready to parade for me. Hey, make my presence felt, there's no denying me. Yeah, I know I'm the shit, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, school of hard knocks, check my degree. Do the math, it don't add up for you, tryna minus me. Yeah, I take flight, ain't no one flies me. I ain't polite, still ain't nobody nice as me. Yeah, provide my seeds with the finer things. The irony, the pharmacist had to provide the streets. Yeah, the arsonist, burn it up 108 degrees. Yeah, we lit them like the suckers make believe. They can't believe we on the grind 8 days a week. Wood full of dead out. Can't nobody.
Yo, what up?
Morning, Kidda. Morning, JD. Morning, Bogey. And morning, Pika.
Yes, sir.
Lee. You too, Lee. Top of the morning to everybody.
That's right. Everyone are in the chats.
Yeah. And welcome to another edition of Wake
Your Game.
Yes, nailed it. All right, and as we enter week 5, we got a lot of we lost a lot of good men out there, and we'll just go ahead and take y'all right to the streets with our man Lee, the ear to the streets.
Good morning, and happy week 5 to everybody. All right. Some news
Bring it to
overnight
us.
that came out about Rashid Rice is he's seeking a second and third opinion on his knee. So
that's
we
not
won't
any
know
good.
until next week.
He keeps trying to make somebody tell him it's okay, huh?
He needs a big Band-Aid.
Yeah, that's well. I don't know. I think he's got to give somebody a big enough bag to be like, oh, okay, yeah, you're good to go. But he's obviously in a situation where he's gonna have to have surgery and then plenty of time to recover.
And this is why one day in the future, football will be awesome when we have cyborgs.
There was a team on this. I think
Don't
Sega
get
Genesis
tricked
had a robot football game, and it was really cool. I know they had the robot baseball game. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Word?
Yeah. Sega Genesis had a lineup.
Oh,
man.
nice. My bad.
Yeah, I forgot what that one's called. I have that game on the emulator, the
Yeah.
robot baseball one on Sega. Yeah.
That's pretty badass. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it is
And
pretty
before you said it was a game, I thought this really happened in real life. I was like, word? I was like, word, what? There's no way I would have missed the robot baseball game, man.
Yeah, they played on
Top
like
of the morning.
planet-sized baseball fields, and they would hit the ball just so far. It was
All right, what else you got for us, ear to the
And
street?
Anthony Richardson, who is considered day-to-day with an oblique and abdominal strains, but they're saying he still has a shot to play this weekend against the lonely Jags.
I don't like it when people lie to us, you know?
No.
I feel like he's going to at least miss a game.
And then we know Christian Watson's dealing with a high ankle sprain.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, number one receiver pickup this week, Dontavian Wicks, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then you got Malik Neighbors, who has a very good shot at playing week 6. I mean, the next game.
5.
But, week 5, sorry.
Yeah, and worst case scenario, we get him by week 6, I'm sure. But yeah, best case scenario, he comes back in week 5. And look out for the Thursday and Friday practices,
Reports,
especially for Friday. If old Neighbors can get into a limited capacity on Friday, that means that the team neurologist already cleared him. Then it's only on to the league neurologist, which would be Saturday or the morning of the game.
Also, Jonathan Taylor's dealing with the high ankle sprain. His return is to be determined.
They said it's a mild high ankle sprain.
No,
I don't like being
high ankle sprain, but they said I don't know. They said they could do a lot of.
What does Justin Herbert have then? You know what I mean? Like, what is the differences here? But this guy's a running back, so a mild high ankle. I don't like being lied to. I feel like he's gonna miss some time here too.
Yeah, he's gonna miss some time. So we got what, Trey Sermon?
100%.
Yep, Trey Sermon. Taysom Hill has
against the Jaguars. This is a really, really juicy matchup for running backs, and he was already the pass catching back, Trey Sermon, because we weren't seeing Jonathan Taylor get worked into the passing game too much. So with Sermon now, if he gets all the work and the passing down, against this matchup, he's a top 12 play.
I did get some news overnight. Besides Bijan dealing with a hamstring injury, he's dealing with some kind of
shoulder,
something in his shin, some kind of shin issue. Yeah, some kind of.
He might have a shin.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and I had that with soccer constantly.
Well, also, one in soccer,
I know it's not
Muay
soccer,
Thai.
but I'm saying I had that quite often.
I used to have that same injury when I was a Muay Thai fighter out in Thailand. I had to fight for freedom. But yeah,
like Bolo back in the day.
Hey, listen, bro, and Tom Young, or what's his name? Tom Sung.
Tompo with the
Tompo, there you go.
Tompo, said it was Tompo.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Derek, man. But going back to the Trey Sermon, the Bijan Robinson, he also popped up last Friday with a shoulder.
Yeah,
he's all beat up. I mean, at least it gives us some clarity why Algier was just getting all this work. Because I'm like, why the fuck is Al Boo Boo getting all the work? But then we found out Bijan got a boo boo, and they got a short week. They're on the Thursday night game this week, so at least,
that's right.
At least we'll be able to make a decision here. We'll find out at least by tomorrow, I'm sure, or before the Thursday night game starts, because that is someone I don't know if I'm disciplined enough to sit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and as
goes.
for those Nick Chubb owners, he's going to return to practice tomorrow.
Oh shit!
Right on.
Yeah. Yes, Kevin Stefanski came out this morning saying he'll be at practice Wednesday.
Can somebody peep out what's their bye week? Because then 21
Yeah, I can
days
tell you right now. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay, because 21 days from tomorrow would be week 6, 7. It would be like we're looking
Week 10.
at.
Week 10 is their bye.
Okay, so worst case scenario, we don't see him because he's just not right. But best case scenario is like week 8. You know what I mean? Shit. Today's medicine is amazing. You know what I mean? Maybe
for sure.
Maybe he's back week 6. He's not back this week for sure, but
And
I
Mike
don't think Bogey can hear the drops.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel came out.
Yeah, I saw it going on, but then it's all because I'm on the phone right now, so it goes quiet.
Mike McDaniel this morning hints at an offensive changes after the loss to the Titans. Everything is on the table.
Wait, said it. Run that back. My bad.
Mike McDaniel hints at offensive changes after the loss to the Titans. Everything is on the table.
Mike McDaniel just doesn't know what to do right now.
He's lost, man. I don't know. I don't know what that offense looks lost without Tua. It's bad. It is a bad shape.
Oh man.
I was really concerned about Achan. I was like, man, they keep stacking the box and still handing it off to him. It's gonna be a candidate to be on our
he's gonna get hurt.
Dying list. Yeah.
He's dying slowly.
Hey, kid, I found out some news about why you're that the NFL implicated last night that the Eagles cannot get Hassan Reddick for 2 years. I never knew that.
Oh, a trade back policy?
Yeah, they can't. It has to be 2 years now. They implicated a rule late yesterday afternoon. So 2 years. NFL prohibits the Jets from trading defensive end Hassan Reddick back to the Eagles for 2 years.
Interesting rule.
If you go on network television shows, like game shows, like if you go and you do The Price is Right, if you try to go on like Family Feud or something that's on a different network, you had signed a contract just to be on a show for one time, but you can't go on any other networks for X amount of time because you
the same when we was kids.
Yep.
Back, no trade backs.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't want that motherfucker back.
That's right. I was thinking about that too. I was like, no trade backs.
Am I saying it right? Back, no trade backs or some old shit like that?
No take backs, no trade backs. I think they both flew.
Yeah. And then because that would make you an Indian giver. See that?
Oh, like the Russian dude from the story on Saturday with the Cybertruck. Man,
I thought we were friends. Friends do not give extravagant gifts.
Extravagant gifts. He took them back. He's not a good.
And Corduroy Patterson's got an ankle injury.
Good for him.
Yep, I knew that.
Stay out of the way of our Najis.
Please do.
That's all the news I have for now.
All right. And also, not that it matters, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire is coming back. And now we can get to these waivers.
And Tank Dell is expected to return this week.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's right. That's some big. All right, boys, enjoy the show.
And that was our Year to the Streets. Man, shout out to everybody in the chat. I think I forgot to go around on that. I forgot to do that at the top of the show. I took him straight to the streets. Yeah, but you know what? And then let's talk some waivers here.
We do have well, not necessarily. There's a question about a trade question.
Okay.
Hey, T Money, you already know you good around here, big bro. Come on,
man.
Put that shit on us, bro.
So while we wait, though, we go ahead and hit the waivers.
Yeah, T Money, you good money. You know what I mean? Go ahead and drop that thing in the chat. We'll be happy to assist you.
Oh yeah, we know who he is, bro. Oh my mama.
Mm-hmm. All right. So as far as receive, let's just start with receivers, right? Wicks. Like, I mean, is Wicks legit? And who else? I mean, legit. Leggett.
Josh Downs is on the wire.
13 targets.
Leggett. And then I don't know if my boy shouldn't be on the wire, but if he is, you might want to look at Wandale as well.
Oh yeah, there you go. That was my other third.
I think he's more than 50% owned.
Yeah, he was something like in the 75% though. That was like Deontay Johnson last week. So there's a chance in some of your leagues if motherfuckers were mad or Deontay Johnson like 2 weeks ago, I should say. But yeah, there's a chance. You know what I mean? Just take a gander. Wandale, I was saying I wonder if he's like the recipient to just so much attention going away from him towards nabbers. You know what I mean? So we kind of need nabbers there, in my opinion. But you know, he's a really good flex, Wandale. You know what I mean? Probably not going to see too many touchdowns because of who he's attached to. Being Danny Dumbass doesn't really throw that many passing tugs, period. You know what I mean?
But for
like what is his max? 15 in a year so far?
Yeah. 15. What did he do? 15 and 7, 20
on the ground.
22 total TDs that year.
Yeah, that was like his best year.
Out of these three, who are you prioritizing? Wicks, Downs, Leggett?
It would be Wicks. It would be Wicks for me just because they're like that's like a fantasy friendly ass Green Bay Packers, you know?
I agree.
They're all fantasy friendly than a motherfucker over there. They do spread the ball around a lot, you know, but it's hard to get away from 13 targets when they're never going to give number one coverage to Wicks. It's always going to be Dobbs. You know what I mean? So,
and Watson is on the injury report. That's one less mouth to feed or one less person taking away snaps.
Yeah, and Christian Watson too. Like, you know, you know, this is exactly what we know him to be—a hurt guy that's, you know, threatening IR. Yeah, you know, boom. They've already. This is not nothing new to the Packers. They know how to operate here. You know what I mean? And when they go big packages, it was Reed that's not on the field. So it was Wicks and Dobbs. So let's, you know what I mean? Give me Dontavian Wicks. And for all you Dontavian Wicks truthers this past offseason, here you go. You know what I mean? It might be y'all. It might be as they say, Wick season. I always hate it when people say like such and such season, but
hey, I was on the Pennington season, week 3. That's all I kept saying.
Yeah, we was right. And that's another name I'm putting in there. Jordan fucking Whittington. Hopefully y'all picked him up last week. You know what I'm saying? But this week he went in. He's definitely the PPR machine. And yeah, and Stafford definitely needs a safety blanket with all that pressure coming his way. You know what I mean? Because they got a really bad line.
Weeks is a nice little piece. Downs is also probably as interesting to me as long as Flacco's the quarterback. 9 targets, 8 receptions with a touchdown. Xavier Leggett, that's a big body. That's a true X receiver. If people prefer the X receiver, that might be what you probably prioritize out of this group. And then Wandale,
10 targets, 6 catches for 60 yards in the tug. Nice.
Yeah, Wandale is also a guy that I have rostered in a lot of leagues already. So it's hard for me to go against that play too. Yeah, I did a good job this year getting all 4 of these guys. Whittington, that would be the guy that was like the sleeper pick in this group, but I had to get a little bit of everybody here. But I think for what it's worth, I think Downs has the best opportunity to be a week-to-week playmaker
because A.T. Mitchell ain't really happening.
Yeah, and they don't have a tight end. The running game is going to be a little bit banged up, and then Downs is known to be a really, really crispy route runner coming out. Even in his rookie year, he did pretty well.
Facts. He was the third rookie, big bro.
He looks like he's back. He looks like he's healthy. So I don't know. I don't hate the Wicks pickup either. I was expecting him to have
Dontavian
more of an
John Wicks.
immediate role.
My
But
sleeper here would be Trey Tucker with the
That's who I was gonna say next.
Ugh.
that was
the
one of my
Devontae
my draftees and then dropped.
He was definitely picked up a lot. He was
Draft him
definitely
and
picked up a
drop
lot
him.
last week. So I remember when I was looking at percentages this morning. He was up around 40%. I mean 50%.
Yeah, I got him a week early, and I fired him up where I had Devontae at. So that was a plug and play easily, bro. On my mama, I got him a week ahead in most of my leagues. On my mama.
Yeah, I already have him rostered as well. I just thought I'd throw it out there since in case people weren't on it.
Yeah, he's
same though, big bro.
He's available. He's out there. It's a nice little.
Yeah.
So so we've got a night. This is one of the more important waiver wire periods. Week 5 is you're gonna have to get some action. You want to be a part of this little group here. I don't know if Downs is, but maybe Downs isn't rostered. I think Downs would probably be the guy that's rostered more than anybody.
And if you were
stash him on your IR,
if you were able to tell me that it would be Dalton the rest of the way, I might put Leggett actually above at the number one thing. The reason I got Wicks as my number one grab is because who he's attached to, and it's that we could assume is going to be the rest of the way, because I am a guy who is putting Christian Watson on the IR. I think that's inevitable. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, but Leggett, man, and shout out to Diamond Joe. He was letting me know, like, he went to the same school as Debo, right? Leggett. And
I remember
they're
that.
like they're like boys too. Like, they're homies and shit. And like, yeah, it's kind of crazy because Leggett would have had way more hype. And well, for someone like Kidda looked at Leggett and was like, that guy got actual skill. I'll draft him late in the, you know what I mean? Most people were just curving him because he was attached to Bryce Young. You know what I mean? So, yeah, congratulations for everyone that had Leggett and still holding on to him, because that guy might be very useful moving forward. Hopefully they don't pop up this week and be like, we're going back to Bryce Young.
Oh, yeah, that would be
T-Money with a question from the chat. 10-man PPR, Burrow, Jacobs, Connor, CD, Chase, Kincaid, DK. Okay, what's going on? Brooks on IR 2. Okay, he's giving us his team there. Should he trade Worthy for DJ Moore?
No.
Yeah.
I say no. I don't know what that shit gonna look like.
I don't like DJ Moore.
I do. Maybe that's why. But then also, like,
he could give you 0. He's a boom bust, and if people prioritize him like as a wide receiver 1, and he's really more boom bust than anything.
That is a good point. He's still drawing the double coverage and best coverage.
What if the Chiefs don't make no big trade, or they just bring in somebody off the streets or elevate somebody from the crowd? I don't know. What if they go bargain shopping and don't bring in no big trade?
It would be Juju, right? If they don't go anyone, they just have Juju play that same role he was playing before they even drafted Rice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that way I would love that for Worthy. I would definitely love that for Worthy.
Yeah, because then I think they would use their better player, right? Or they would incorporate their better player being Worthy, right? Because Worthy, he ain't done worth the shit.
It's because he can't play against press coverage. So as soon as they press him on the line, he's got nowhere to go.
And then I would imagine
his speed isn't valuable.
Timing here.
If he can't get going, it doesn't matter how fast he is. He's
so little.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't they learn from Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Like, you can't have those little fuckers, man. They get crushed. I mean, I guess they did have Tyreek, but Tyreek is kind of built like a Steve Smith back in his day. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, Tyreek.
He's like a fast.
He's a gym rat.
You know what I mean? Yeah, talking about the cheetah. Yeah,
that guy's probably in the gym 5 hours a day. I wouldn't be surprised.
You ain't lying. He probably races actual cheetahs.
Yeah.
This guy?
He got the cheetah Speedo on 2 paws. He just racing the actual cheetah. Sorry if I made anyone get a visualization.
It's all good.
He's a cheetah. All right. So, and I guess I will throw in there for all you deeper leagues. Fucking, I'm throwing in there Juju. for the receiver pickups. Like if you can't get your hands on any of these 7, 8 motherfuckers we already said, you never know, man. Because for damn sure not no Sky Moore. Maybe it's Justin Watson kind of plays that other outside role.
I was considering dropping his name in our little chat when we had this discussion on the Chiefs. I was like, well, they do have Justin Watson.
I'm just looking at the guy who's going to replace Rice's role. You know what I mean? Because Juju was that guy before they brought in Rice. You know what I mean?
But I don't know. He doesn't have that extra twitchy
explosiveness anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't.
He's a zone coverage killer, and he was always good in the slot. That was pretty much his entire career over with Pittsburgh. So when they brought him in a couple years ago, you know, it took a while for Juju to catch fire, but he did have about a 7 or 8 week stretch where he got no less than 9 targets. You know what I mean? And then we saw that pretty much the entirety of the year once Rice got going last year, like from like week 5, 6 on, Rice was that guy. You know what I mean? So, you know, Andy Reid's a very, you know, he's a system guy. This is his system. That's why they brought back in Juju to be depth. You know what I mean? I guess with what Lee was saying, man, if they was to go after someone, let's play that game real quick. Who y'all think they're going after?
History points towards somebody that's like not
Hopkins.
Well, Hopkins is still on. I think he's like at 18 million, 19 million on his contract for this season. But the way that Lee broke down the contract for the way that they reworked Amari Cooper's deal.
Ooh. And you know what's crazy? If the Browns do that, that just means they really fucking hate Cooper because they actually are like they're fringy right now. They're fringy in there. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why they would do that, but it makes sense for the Chiefs. It's cheap and it's Amari Cooper, the Pooper Scooper, who is, you know, a guy that you could operate out of the slot.
Maybe it's somebody a little bit cheaper and younger, like a Jonathan Mingo out of Carolina. We already know Carolina's not going anywhere, but I could see them throwing a dart and seeing if he could get a change of scenery type of deal.
If they're willing to throw a nice pick, I mean, Hutchinson and Mechie are available. Robert Woods, they can come ask Houston.
Yeah, that's true. The Houston, I forgot how deep that squad is over in Houston.
Noah Brown. Speaking of Houston, former Houston, right? Maybe they're going to get Noah Brown out of Washington. It's another giant slot guy.
Mecole Hardman.
Isn't he still on the team?
Yeah, that's what Lee was saying. A decent pickup, maybe. Yeah,
I mean, you know what's crazy is like he's Mecole Hardman is everything Xavier Worthy wants to be. He does say. All right. Y'all got anything else on these receivers?
Give me a second. Who's trending? Wicks, Downs, Tucker, Tutu, Watson, Sutton, Addison.
Watson as in Justin Watson?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Lazard.
Yeah, because Lazard was dropped hella crazy in this past couple of weeks.
Yeah, let's see who's available. Other guys, Whittington, obviously. All those other guys are still
owned. Before the game.
Mike?
He's had a nice little outing. It wasn't something spectacular, but it was a nice little outing. Mike Williams.
Yeah, that's a great ad. Just for the fact that he's somebody you could actually maybe throw in your lineup in a bye week. You know what I mean? Dang, this is a lot of people are. Even when you just mentioned Mike Williams, I'm like, I feel like he's a ticking time. I'm like, he's gonna go out, catch one, and come down too hard on himself, and he's done. You know what I mean? Like, people are just dying, man.
Let's see, Tino, Xavier Worthy. Big week 1, big week 4, nothing in the middle. That's why. Targets 3, 4, 4, 4. If he gets in the end zone, it's a good week. If he doesn't, it's not. That's why we're bashing.
So what he's saying is every 2 weeks he has a big game. So week 6 is going to be his next big game. Every 2 games, Worthy going to have a good game.
No, by this trend, he'd actually have Week 6
I
is a
think
bye
they have a
week.
week 6 bye.
So week 6, hey, week 6 he gonna have a good week in practice, and then we
It's going to throw. It's going to throw.
The trend is good, bad, bad, good. So then it would be bad against New Orleans, bye week, bad against San Francisco, good against Las Vegas, and then bad against Tampa and Denver, good against Buffalo, and then bad, bad to end your fantasy season, most likely. So that's why he's a wide receiver 31.
Trade him away.
Or
Eat
the
some
top 20.
fried
He's the wide
chicken.
receiver 30 in fantasy football right now, 31.
Lots of
That's
how
fried
bad it
chicken.
is.
Come
He's
on.
a top 20 receiver playing like a wide receiver 1. No, it's boom or bust, just like all these other guys, like Shaheed and Jamo and whatever. But, he's not getting it done as often as those guys.
I guess J-Mo, he was like good week 1, 2, and like
1, 2, and 4. He just had a bad week last week. And then the same thing for, who did I just mention?
Worthy? Oh,
No.
Rashid.
Rashid, yeah, he just had one down week as well. So
yeah, he had like a little.
Worthy's had 2 down
actually
weeks.
Last week. Yeah, Rashid was doing it.
I'm looking on Sleeper, not the NFL website. I'm looking at fantasy points.
Yeah, we're looking at where it counts. We're at war.
Let's see if I look on a different league, it might rank them differently, but let's see. Let's see if that changes to a half PPR. In a half PPR, he's wide receiver 23.
Wow. That's still amazing. That's how bad this year is.
Yeah.
We got boomer bust guys in the WR2 range. Usually they're WR3s, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but in most of these other leagues that I play in, he's wide receiver 31.
Look at that.
So the scoring settings make a difference.
Fucking Worthy. I'm glad I don't have any Worthy because I would have flipped him after week 1 though.
Yeah,
I'm just like that.
Tino, do you want me to cross-reference all the websites for you or what?
Week 4. You have a big Worthy week, flip him. There's going to be people like, oh, Rashid Rice is gone, bro. Worthy to the moon. You know what I mean? Worthy season. You know what I mean? You find those people, that's what I'm saying. And those people, they'll pay up a guap. Fuck it, let's do it. If I can flip Worthy right now, I'll do it. Kelsey's the guy to have over there. That's so funny because we were saying that last week.
Get him for the. I'm not going to cross-reference them all.
He's like, show me every single league format you have. What's that? I mean, I guess Leggett would be the highest ranked in our format, right? No,
Let's see.
No, it's 2 points per. He's going to be way down there.
Let me go to the SBI.
The SBI is 1 point, so.
In the SBI, Worthy is worth the wide receiver 31.
Look at that. Single PPs.
Yeah. So for fantasy, just fringe wide receiver 2-3.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I expect him to be, right? Him in the Rashid Shaheeds of the world.
Yes, Tino, because that's where it counts, Tino. We're talking. This is a fantasy football show, and we're checking our league settings. I don't care what they do in the NFL.
They got him at the top 20 in the league, though. Those like, how do they determine those? Right? It's just like, you know what? I like him better. I got him at 20.
Somebody go trade Worthy to Tino. They'll pay the moon for him.
Someone trade me Worthy, and I'll go right to Tino.
Hey, and I went to go look at DeAndre Hopkins' contract. His base salary is 8.2, but his cap hit is 18 this year.
Okay, so they would have to be if you got decent compensation in return as far as picks go, there could be a scenario where they go, all right, we're fronting half next year's cap. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the Chiefs. You know what I mean? They're half next year's cap hit. They might do that. Because then when you take him, if you bring him on this year, that $8 million that he's owed this year, they might Tennessee might front some or most of that bill. You know what I mean? Because it'll be about dumping that contract if you were to trade. But like, do the Tennessee Titans think that they're in it? You know what I mean? I don't think so. They're like, all right, y'all, we beat one of the best teams from last year. We're in this thing.
I just checked 13 leagues, and he's 31 in 12 of them. So just confirming they're in my sleeper leagues.
Yeah,
he's not paying off where you drafted him, more or less.
Yeah, and I hope you're not starting him, because then, like, if you're on the bad pattern, you missed 1 and 4. You're like, fuck, I missed 1. You chase it 2 and 3. He does nothing. You're like, fuck him. Then you put him on the bench before he goes off. Now you're back in there. See, this is a ride. I don't like riding. I don't like that ride.
Chaotic has a question.
What's up, Kay?
Hold on. I gotta hit the lasers. Ethics tanking question. 0-4, have 1 starting QB. He's on a bye. Is it unethical to not try and trade for a QB? Yeah, just let it ride. No, it's not unethical. Your team might suck. That's all.
Obviously, this is not a redraft, right?
Not dynasty.
Yeah, and if it was a dynasty, it's not like you could run and go pick up Racist Rudolph if he was going to be a thing, because they're on a bye week. So it looks like Levis might actually not miss any time here.
It's a fantasy season shorter than a real life season, so 0-4 really is tough to come back from.
And Tino's facts. I guess he's saying that Worthy is wide receiver 17 in standard leagues.
All right. I mean, I'm still surprised he was that high. I thought he would be like maybe 20 or something.
That's
Who plays in the Banditos, man?
It's funny.
Yeah, to answer a question, I don't think it's unethical, but it's like I feel like you just got 0-5 written all over you if you're not gonna like try to make a move, right? Like, I mean, I would also take a good look at my existing team, right? It's like, let me look at why I've been losing. Is it I just had a fucked up schedule and like my opponents have been putting it up, or is my team good but I just keep playing the higher scoring team? You know what I'm saying? Because that's been me in a couple of these leagues where I'm like,
she's saying there's nothing to pick up because he took everybody off the waiver wire.
And also, she said it's an ethics / tanking question. You know, if it ain't no toilet bowl at the end of the year where the bottom fight for the first place, she ain't tripping off that shit.
Yeah, and you know what too is like in those dynasties, if she's referring to the one of the dynasties that I'm in with her, you know, the commissioner like has it mandated you have to have someone in your lineup, and he only sweats the people that he chooses to sweat. So if you didn't have no QB to replace in your actual QB spot, just leave your QB that's on a bye. Just leave them in there.
Yeah, it ain't like you ain't setting your roster. A motherfucker that or anybody in the league can see. Oh yeah, there was no other option for you to do 100%. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna overpay for no quarterback. You know what I mean? Like you said, you lightweight tanking, man. Fuck that. You know, your shit is up. It is what it is.
In one of them leagues that I'm in with her, actually, I took an L this week, but I probably could have played a couple. Whittington would have been I switched him out for a goddamn Debo. I'm just saying, like, the differences of a couple of points.
Hey, Woodrow called Debo D-Ho. That shit is hilarious. Hey, you know, he's a Cowboy fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right there.
You know, sometimes the less clever, just the more funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, fact.
He's D-Ho.
He's D-Ho.
At least he wasn't out there being decoy, right?
Fact.
Yeah, we got Arizona this week. This is a good matchup for all our guys. Let's go. Fuck them.
And we got the Cowboys, the Chiefs, and it's another team that we got. I forgot who else.
And of course, we're getting the Chiefs off of their bye week.
The best prepared coach. Oh my goodness! And the cool thing is, if they win, who did the Chiefs got this week? If the Chiefs win this week, they 4-0, right? Or would they be 5-0? Yeah, they'll be 5-0.
They'll be 5-0.
100%. Nobody in the division, nowhere close to them right now. You got Denver.
They're playing in Week 5, the Saints on Monday night.
Oh wow! Oh, damn good game.
Oh no, Derek Carr outside in some cold.
No, they're at home.
Okay, good.
Oh no, never mind. It is in Kansas City. Sorry about that.
My thing is that like, say if they win 3 more games before they bye week. They bye week is week 7, I think, because I think we got them week 8. They might not be in a rush to trade for nobody, especially a big name. They, like how Kid has said, they might bring in a Mingo or somebody that might need a change of scenery, or somebody that's a little bit older but does have production. You know what I mean? So they might not be in no rush to just go ahead and bring no name in. They are relying heavily on their defense, run game for sure. Mahomes' worst start numbers wise. You know what I mean? So. Just the type of style that they play. So we might not see nobody get traded over there as a big name.
Yeah, I don't know. They have guys they are on their roster that they're probably we're gonna rock with our guys. They don't make big splashy moves. If they do, it's like Kadarius Toney and Juju Smith-Schuster, which I don't know.
We'll see how that falls out, but I guess that's it for the wide receivers. Let's move on to, I guess, running backs. Is that good? CMC's Achilles injury spreading to the other foot. So, Stino, yeah, we're aware of that. Unfortunately, that's sad news.
It's good for the Mason owner. I like it if I have Mason.
In a redraft league where I took CMC 1 overall, and I'm 3-1 in that league. Fucking Nico saving me, DK saving me, Monty saving me. I don't got no tight end in that league. I got Wandale off the wire. I'm fucking deep in that league. Pause. With having, I was able to get Mason too. I made sure I prioritized getting Mason. I think I took Mason like in the 10th round in that league though.
There you go,
bro. Facts.
Yep. That's kind of like how I like to operate too in a draft. Is if I don't know and there's some solid handcuffs out there, I might just swoop in and get them, and especially if I already rostered the starter.
Oh yeah, that's facts. You got to put the Geico insurance on your brand new Lamborghini, man. 100%. When that motherfucker take off and from 0 to 60 in 1.5 seconds, and you see him do a 50-yard run to translate the foreign car 100%, man, you damn sure want that motherfucker insurance on it. Everything. Like Al Boo. I mean, we talking about running backs. Peacock said we're gonna move on to the running backs. How y'all feel about trying to go snatch Al Boo?
Yeah, I've had him in places and dropped him in places over the course of a couple of seasons, but he's just good to pick up before the games, and especially on a Thursday night, something on a short week with the other injury. I mean, definitely a good pickup. And then if Bijan's out completely, well, it's a great pickup, and then you have him possibly for a week or two rental. But just a good stash. He's a great running back.
Yeah, and then there's Trey Sermon as well. Same.
Yeah, so I got him Sermon in this order: Sermon, Hunt, Hill, Algier, Bigsby. But if the injury news with Bijan is more serious than then Algier just keeps climbing.
I have thoughts on Kareem Hunt. I feel like he's doing everything they wanted Carson Steele to do. Just run north-south.
And don't fumble.
Yeah.
And but that's a good role to have, because that role is also down there on the goal line. Just go straight into the red zone. You know what I mean?
I like the Justice Hill pickup too.
Oh yeah.
Now that name was dropped, I was like, hey, okay.
Yeah, I've had in my home league with the shallow bench. I've had all these guys on my team for some point, except for Sermon.
Hey, I had none of these guys except for Sermon, because at one point I was like, Jonathan Taylor might die. That was my thought process last week. I was like, oh, they're giving him work again. He might die.
I think I got 2 shares of Algier. I think I got Algier in the 14, and then I got him in the East Coast, West Coast dynasty. Shout out to the Commissioner Baldy, man. 100%.
I'm just glad that the one spot that I do have. Oh no, I don't have.
You traded for Bijan in the 14.
I don't have that.
Let's work on TV right now.
You know what fucked me up with that one is that, like, because when I sent you the Najee Warren pack with B-Rob, I just should have scrolled down and seen that you had fucking Boo Boo over there, man. I would have threw him in. And we probably would have got it done still. You know what I mean?
Oh, my mama.
But you went, not like you were gonna bring it up. Like, hey, by the way, man, you want Boo Boo?
Already know.
Because then soon as we made the trade, I tried to smooth send you something for Al Boo Boo, and you're like, no.
Decline quickly.
You're like, he's more expensive now.
This is from Tino. He's like, I'm hurting in fantasy. I got 2 and 3 leagues, down CMC in 2, Chubb in 1, Puka and all the others.
I watched you pick up Tua in all those leagues, and I'm like, this is either gonna be brilliant or
Hey, that's my birthday twin. He's gonna swing for the fences or not. You know what I mean? Like, we're either home run or we're striking out. Fuck it, we're going for the gold.
Yeah, he just realized Goff went 18 of 18 and that the Lions completed all of their passes, including the Sun God. So they had no incompletions. Crazy stat right there.
The run game was working so well.
Yeah, it was.
It just opened up for everything.
Lee letting us know that through 4 weeks, the Cheetah has 10 receptions, 87 yards, no touchdowns, and a $25 million salary.
The ROI is not paying off right now.
Nope.
I mean, and he's old. He's up there too. Like, that's sad, huh? If this is like how it goes for Tyreek, you know what I mean? Because I mean, next year he's still under contract, right? But he's another year older.
For comparison, 4 weeks, 10 receptions, 87 yards, no touchdowns, $1.1 million salary for little Jordan Humphrey.
Damn.
Same production.
Oh shit. Little Jordan Humphreys, that's a Sean Payton special, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. He had him on the did he have him on the Saints back then?
He's like, Tino says, y'all don't even know the worst part. He put a G bar on MVP for Tua when he went to Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, we were on designer drugs. I do remember.
I remember
I ain't
that.
gonna lie.
He was staring at the sphere for like 2 hours.
Oh man.
I mean, it could have been millions of dollars in return, so at least you swung for the fences, right? I'm just saying. Yeah, what would that have paid, man? Like, that's just crazy.
Carson Steele just got dropped in my league.
Probably not as much as a Sam Darnold MVP.
Whoa.
Oh, you ain't lying.
That's some real boldness right
That
there.
one hurts my head still right now. I'm just thinking about
It
it.
does, man. Just change the subject. I hate Safe Space Sam. Every time someone brings up Safe Space Sam, I feel like I'm not in the safe space.
Okay, so
Leading
back
the
to
conversation.
it. We touched on Sermon being the guy there a little bit.
Sam Darnold.
Shit.
We talked about Hunt, Justice Hill. He's been heavily used. We talked, even though Derrick Henry had a monster game, so did Hill.
And
Those are the things that they don't want to do with Henry.
Right.
And he does them well.
And this time last week when we were going over the waivers, we were telling everyone pick up the Trey Sermons, pick up the Emmanuel Wilsons, pick up the hey, if you got Jordan Mason, just lock it down. Pick up Isaac Garando if he's out there. Like, just lock down these situations. So because you're kind of beating the waiver if like the trend continues and we just keep people keep dying out there. You know what I mean? Why not? They're worth holding on to.
And Tino said, because of that bet, now his kids have to go to San Jose State.
Oh man, it's a good school though, man. My sister went there. My sister got her master's.
He said, did you hear about San Jose State getting caught having a man on the volleyball team?
I mean, did he identify as a woman?
I don't know how that works. It's California.
I know, huh? And San Jose is like, we're not far from Frisco, so we're extra like left-wingy, fucking liberal, fucking. Then you got hella gangsters. San Jose is gangbanged the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Morning Bakes or Bakes a lot.
What up, Bakes?
He was asking if you didn't like the trade.
Oh, no, I didn't. I mean, like, it was like half joking. I just wanted to see him counter me with something. But then, like, he went like, okay, I'm over here trying to get Jordan Mason. He's like, okay, but I want Christian McCaffrey and Debo back in return. I'm like, why? Why would we do? I'm like, that's not funny. He was serious. Like, I was like, hey, let's dance. You know, you've been asking for Brian Branch for like 2 seasons. Hey, and he's like, okay. He get real serious. All right, you want Jordan Mason? I want Branch. He didn't even want Branch at that point. He's like, I want Christian McCaffrey and Debo like that. Come on. Plus, he's doing well in that league, so you know what I mean. I don't think you got to consider those things too. It's like I don't think someone that's doing well is really trying to trade one of their best pieces that's helping them right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have 3 4-0 teams. I just checked.
Let's go. Look at that.
Yeah, last night was weird. I have 2 1-3 teams. Ugh. Dynasties. It's the Chiefs, man. It's the Chiefs. I blame the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So
They're not fantasy friendly. And Pacheco would have been like the most fantasy friendly for real this year if he was just healthy in that offense. I'm so angry.
Tino with this wild story. San Jose State University is undefeated. They have a trans dude in the team hiding it. Boise State and Utah said this month they won't play them.
Damn.
Wow. That's going to cause some controversy. But, you know what I mean? Hey, listen, man. I've played volleyball, me, just one man, all women's, bro. It wasn't like I was the best at all. They were really good. These bitches was hard in the motherfucker, bro. I was just like, maybe I was distracted. I was like,
Also,
it was like real life DOA. Remember DOA? Damn, the 90s was so like misogynistic, huh? Like fighting game, all women, jumblies. Damn, there's a side game you could play volleyball.
and then what of Tank Bigsby?
Yeah, I mean,
Big
the Tank
Bro.
Bigsby thing is it's in the same. I'm glad you brought him up because it's in the same conversation as Sermon and all them like last week, right? Like ETN is still alive. He did leave the game briefly, but he came back. I think what's hurting their run game the most is the fact that they've been trailing in these games. So they've been kind of abandoning the run like routinely here. But yeah, if anything happens to ETN, same argument. If you got Bigsby, you beat the wire already. So it's not a bad hold. I don't think he has too much standalone value. I mean, a lot of his run came on one big like 50 plus something yarder, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost a touchdown.
And
There's a
that was definitely
game-saving tackle by the rookie Kalen Bullock because he stopped him at the 2-yard line, and then the Texans held, and they didn't give up the TD.
It was all. Oh, they went for it on fourth too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ha ha ha!
All for naught.
They just couldn't do it. But still, and that's the thing too. That was like a fresh leg scenario, right? Put in Tank. So I like that's why I like rewatching those things too, so I can get some actual clarity. It's like it's not like, oh my god, Tank's trending now. He's gonna take the job. Like, nah.
Right. Hey, we got another question from the chat, I believe. Let me get the lasers going.
Yeah.
This is coming from Daniel Caps. Fellas, I seen someone drop Trey McBride by mistake. Should I use my waiver wire number 1 on him? I have Brock and Ingram on my team. Cut the Ingram, trade the Ingram, use the waiver wire, burn the waiver wire for T McB. That's my opinion. What about you guys?
For McBride?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do it. Because I mean McBride is probably it's probably only 1 week, which would be this week. You know what I mean? And then he comes back, and you got a fringe top 3 at the position.
Yeah, for sure. And I would let go of Ingram. I mean, holding on to him during this course hasn't done you anything. If it opens up the roster space, right, that way you can pick up McBride.
Yeah, and that's a good idea. And if you could if you have a kicker in that league, I would drop the kicker and still hold Ingram, and then
try to trade him.
Yeah, try to trade him to trade him to that McBride guy, the former McBride guy, right? Diabolical.
It is diabolical. Yeah. Hold on, I got something for that.
Is it Uncle Jerry? Oh, I can't hear it. Oh, it was.
Satisfying.
I kind of heard it actually.
Really? Let me watch. I'm going to crank up the volume all the way. We're going to do a loud one.
No. It's because I'm on the phone. That's why. Like
we're still going to do a loud one.
It's kind of strange. I'm going to call StreamYard. Like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, StreamYard? If I'm not on my computer, I still need to hear all this bitch.
Yeah, it's weird that happens. It only happens with cell phones, I think.
Yeah.
But the camera work is really solid on most people's cell phones. So.
Exactly. It's way better than my computer.
Yeah.
And my computer, I'm forced to go 720, so I don't have buffering issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then he said his QB, Daniel says his QB is Kyler. He's like, okay, I was going to use my waiver on McBride. Yeah, I would do it. I mean, I feel if you need that confirmation bias, then go ahead. You know?
Good morning, cuzzo.
Hey, what up, Kevin?
Top of the
Fellas,
morning,
number 1 and number 2 in the SBI. I see y'all. Hey, number 12, time to shake it up, bogey.
You know, I was 1 point away from being middle of the pack. I went this way. JD went this way. Why did our paths have to cross this week?
Fuck, bro.
That's a fun league. League.
I always suck. You know where I'm at 12? This is where I belong in this league.
JD has like 50,
year.
60 more points than I do, and I'm in second place. But that's crazy, that point differential that he has on everybody right now.
Bro, they've been booming for me.
Yeah. He beats me and shoots straight to number 1, doesn't he?
No, we played in the homies league.
That was another one.
Oh, that was the homies league. Yeah, that was the one where I lost.
Let's see,
1 point.
1 point, bro.
I won in the homies by 1 over 7 o'clock. 130.12 to 129.38, less than a point.
And I think 7 was up there balling too, bro, in that league.
Yeah. He's 3-1 now. He was undefeated.
7 main sack stand up.
I took down the undefeated guy. So that puts me in third. He's still in first place. So it's 7, then Spencer.
Where's he from? Where's 7 from in sack?
Well, I don't think he's not originally from here. I want to say
he got moved out here.
From Detroit.
Oh, word, okay.
Yeah.
Detroit, what?
I remember when I first met 7, he went back to Detroit to go see his family.
Okay.
I don't know exactly Detroit, but you know what I mean? I remember him going back to go see his family.
That's funny because Detroit, Sac, and the Bay, like they all, it's like they're all one and the same.
And shit, fucking Kansas City.
Yeah, you throw Kansas in there. St. Louis too. We fuck with all of them, bro.
They love West Coast shit, bro. Bay Area for sure.
Sweet. You guys ready? You got any other running back waiver targets or?
I think I'm good on it.
Yeah, it's kind of a thin group, but we can move on to. You want to do quarterbacks or tight ends?
Tight ends.
All right, moving on. Moving on to tight ends. All right, week 5 waiver wire targets for the tight end position. Let me take a gander over here at who's trending at the tight end position, and I guess we'll lead off with Green Bay Packer Tucker Kraft, who had a sensational game this past weekend. I believe he had a couple of broken tackles for a touchdown. So getting used a bit more than Luke Musgrave over there.
Yeah, I was about to say his route participation.
Precipitation's the rain, I think.
Yeah, that's rain, right? That's
Nation.
I am a meteorologist as well as I am a doctor. Yeah, his route participation. There you go. It's been way better than what's the other guy? Musgrave. There you go. So this was kind of, but how many times did we to get him in the mix? They need to throw like 40 plus times. You know what I mean?
86% of snaps, 9 targets, 6 receptions for 53 yards, and the tug, averaging 8.83 a catch. That puts him at tight end 11 on the season in our PPR leagues. Well, he's had production. He went 2 targets. He caught, 2 receptions for 37 in week 1, 2 for 16 in week 2, 2 for 24 in week 3, but that exploded with a 6 for 53 in week 4.
It's not bad.
Damn. It's
yeah,
crazy
that's
because
probably
I don't know how to feel about that. Do I chase that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough in the streets for tight end.
For tight end, you just kind of get them and you're happy, huh?
How big your roster size is to where you can roster 2 tight ends before your bye. Because usually, if you got a stud tight end, which hardly any of us got right now to where we can say, oh yeah, you know what I mean, woo, just do, you know what I mean. So I wouldn't mind throwing a dart throw at him, because the way that Peacock just broke it down leading up to Detroit, and then boom, he has that, you know what I mean. Even though you said it has to be a lot of volume in order for him to produce, but also it is they're going to at least throw 30 times a game, bro. Jordan Love healthy, you know what I mean, healthy enough to throw that bitch 52 times or whatever he did last week. 100%.
I mean, if he's, I guess we could actually determine that looking at the schedules too, right? Because like if there's a shootout or potential shootout on the docket, like he might be an okay start. But at the same time too, if you
They got the Rams.
are so bad. If you
They got the Rams next, then Arizona, then Houston, then Jacksonville before he faces Detroit. So pretty nice schedule, I think.
Oh wow, those are
Coming
all
up.
exploitable secondaries.
Yeah. I'll even throw the Houston secondary in there. It's only really locked down on Stingley's side, and that's it. So Christian Harris coming back may be some help for the linebacker coverage, covering RBs and tight ends.
Tight ends, yeah. Let's go, Christian Harris. I need you.
But H2O did admirably, I think, in that time off there. I put up some other tight end targets. I'm going to make a cup of coffee and be right back. But other names that I put up on there for the tight end, other than Kraft, is Otten, Ertz, Barner, Eric All, and then, of course, Evan Ingram coming back from injury that we just kind of briefly mentioned a while ago.
I think the Cade Otton's one is the one I would want, because I feel like he has a better chance of being third in the pecking order than a Kraft being like maybe 4 or 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was a big Cade Otton guy coming into the season. I did make a video on, not a video.
And it's happening. Everything you said is happening now.
Yeah, he was in my tight end video, but I like Zach Ertz too, though. You know what I mean? Zach Ertz ain't getting a lot of yards, but fucking JD5 is looking towards him 100%. So
safety blanket.
Yeah, it just
he knows the system. I mean, he obviously played with Cliff Kingsbury for a few years.
Yeah, 100%. And then with Ingram, I do have Ingram rostered in a few leagues. Luckily enough, I was able to have other tight ends.
Because his ownership dropped because people were they hate him. You know what's funny? Ingram, everyone always hated Ingram for years, right?
I got him in a league where I just won, where I'm 1-3, and then I got him in another league where I'm 4-0, and I think I got him in another league where I got to go see where he at, what I'm at in that league. But so I was able to cover my ass, pause, in one of the leagues, but the other two, it lightweight fucked me on everything, pause, 100%.
Yeah, Evan Ingram, he's not doing it for me in the couple spots that I got him. And I can't drop him because it's just like tight ends are so bad.
Oh, I got him in the Guru Nation, and I'm 3-1 in it. So I got him in 2 leagues where I'm 1-4-0, 3-1, and then the other one I'm 1-3 on everything. So like that crowd.
You do it in spite of him.
Well, so I'm looking for streaming tight ends till he come back, and I don't even know if I could fire him up to feel confident firing him up in week this week if he do come back. Last week I played let me see who I played in the league where I just won at. I played Komet coming off his big game. Komet got me 8 points in that league. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's dart throws at these tight ends right now. So.
You know what's crazy? Komet, like on the field, like look wise, he looks like one of the best tight ends right now, because all the tight ends look bad on the field. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just don't, you know what I mean? Like, he actually looks like real fluid out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, and going back to my Komet take in the offseason was like, a rookie should lean on a tight end as they do. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I guess we're kind of seeing it now, especially with Gerald Everett. Not like his route running is went down tremendously. So they got him out there helping in the blocking game more so. Because Komet's not like a blocker for real.
100%.
Yeah, you need him running routes out there.
But that's like the thing, though. So Komet had his nice little season last year, right? And he's starting to trend lightweight up. But with the with Justin Fields being in Pittsburgh, man, Pat Freiermuth had back-to-back games where he been looking.
He's getting the red zone looks too. Did he catch one last week? He did, huh?
I think it's back-to-back weeks he had a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. little tuggies, man.
Everything.
Yeah, and it is Arthur Smith, right? It's a guy who tries to feature a tight end. Gets
Right.
annoying because then even just 2 weeks ago it was Washington who caught the one. Remember that?
Say that again.
It was is it Darnell Washington? Is that his
Oh
name?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, 2 weeks ago he caught one hella randomly. Tight ends is so, and you know what? Also in leagues where people don't have IRs like that, or they don't have a lot of IRs, because I'm sure everyone that has IRs, their shit's filled up, right? So
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah, dude.
yeah,
I
so
need to
like,
I need to add IR spots next year to my home league.
Hey, the homies league won't even let me put out players on the IR. I had
That sucks.
I had AJ Brown and Devontae Adams.
Yeah, you got to put them on only the injured.
Like I can understand some leagues being like, okay, doubtful, you can't put them in there. Okay, fine, but if they're out, please.
I can't even try. You know, what I mean, I barely can make moves because
that's IR for the week.
And it's a shallow bench league, so it's actually it hurts. Yeah,
this shit crazy. Hey, I got to slide my G's. I got this doctor appointment, man.
All good, my brother.
Hey, appreciate you, JD.
In a minute.
Star Guccini in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have a good. Hopefully, everything comes back good. Whatever you got going on, man. Good news.
Good luck.
Good job, my brother. Likewise,
brother.
I'm gonna go ahead and backpack Peacock's sentiments. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My dad is always like, I ain't going to the doctor because they're just gonna find something and tell me I'm dying.
Hey man, ignorance is real bliss, huh?
Bro, but it happens, right? Like all of a sudden they diagnose you with something, then it gets in your head, and then all of a sudden you're more sick than you've ever felt in your life. Like,
yeah, you ain't lying.
But then sometimes it's good, right? Like, oh, this shit's been bothering me for a couple of weeks. Let me go get it checked out. Like, oh, we found the early stages of whatever. That's always good, right?
Yeah. I mean,
my pops is just joking though. He's gone to the doctor and shit. But,
yeah. It's funny because my dad always said, as long as you got insurance, you better use that shit.
Fuck yeah.
You better use that shit. Why the fuck do you have it? Like, you know what I mean?
I gotta go to the chiropractor. I can sign up for like a free massage gun and shit. Like my wife was like, here, scan this QR code and go do that. And our insurance pays for massages. It's like, shit, man, I need that stuff. Like I'm stressed a lot. My neck, I had a creak in my neck for like a year almost. It feels.
They work that thing out?
They haven't. I need to go schedule some shit. Hey, what up, Chase? He says, what up, players? He's like, he's hurting at running back. He has Kirk and Brian Thomas. Which one would we rather sell?
Kirk.
Yeah, he's easier to sell, I believe. And Brian Thomas can still ascend on the second half of the season and maybe take over the Kirk role.
I mean, Brian Thomas he's coming off of a big game too. You know what I mean? Like
you could sell him maybe higher and get a better running back.
I would say if you're a big game hunter and you're trying to like go after a big dog, big Brian Thomas is the one that probably would net you it, because Christian Kirk is what he is. You know what I mean? He's a PPR floor hopeful guy. You know what I mean? That could break a big one.
I'm laughing at Tito. Everybody fucking hold on. He's like, I don't worry about anything either. I feel like I'm never gonna die. He's like, I actually plan on living forever.
That's why I make music, because then theoretically
you're immortal. That's why I pop up on these podcasts.
Waves of audio.
My kids one day, if I'm not here and unexpectedly, they can come back and watch me being a fool on YouTube, on my YouTube channel.
There it is. Look at that. I didn't consider that either. We got so much on YouTube. You're right.
There it is. There's tons of it. As long as the channel doesn't get taken down or whatever, we're good.
Yeah, for real.
But that's a good plan, Tino. I mean, if you plan on living forever, like, you should be set as far as like what you're gonna pass down to people if you don't live forever.
Can you imagine now how you're like, all right, well, I'm living forever, but babies, it was good seeing y'all grow up, and glad you're 90 now.
I'm moving on to family number 5.
Full life, but me, I just keep going. That's cold.
Yeah, that's why vampires are lonely creatures.
You ain't lying, huh? They're all pale. They just watched all their loved ones die for centuries.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck it, they just start killing them. They're like, you know what?
Was it Dracula Untold, I think? Was it? He was like, that Dracula just wanted to die. He was already like, I'm done. I'm going to pass this on to you, basically.
Oh, word?
Tired of living in a cave or some shit. Yeah, I think that's the way I remember it. I don't know. I saw it a long time ago.
Oh, he was like kind of like he was like a monstrosity.
Yeah, he was already like he couldn't even keep human form, and then like nobody had ever gone to see him.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He'd been feeding on like critters or whatever.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so this guy's like he needs to. So it's like Vlad the Impaler, and he needs to go out and like win the war against the, I don't know, whoever's invading. I get hungry. I have no fucking idea.
And then he passed it on to Vlad.
Yes, and then that's how he gets the power. Yeah, Dracula Untold.
Vlad the Impaler was someone who wanted to be Dracula. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
He was the real. He was a human, but he was drinking blood in a motherfucker. He was like, they said he was known to like come through a village and he'll lead his men like a real general. You know what I mean? They fucking slaughter everybody, take the soldiers that they kill, and then impale them on freaking big ass giant stakes. And then like he would put bowls underneath the stakes.
Tino's asking if it's any relation to DJ Vlad.
No. But anyone who's named Vlad was definitely named after
Vlad the Impaler. Oh, we lost Bogart for a second there. He cut out. We'll catch up with him in a bit if he gets that going anytime soon. But we were talking about tight end waiver wire targets and Dracula somehow. I guess because it's Halloween right around the corner. I got my Creep Show shirt on. But hey, speaking of t-shirts, we might as well just run our sponsor's video. That is a neonpeacockmerch.com joint. Make sure you guys go check that out. There will be a sale happening soon. I'll let you know when that happens. But if you head on over to the website, put your email in the little prompt that comes up, you'll get those specialized or personalized emails letting you know when sales do happen. So check out the 1 minute promo and we'll be right back. Thank you to our sponsor there for plugging in with us for a moment there, just allowing you guys to check out some of the fantastic merchandise that we do have on over at neonpeacockmerch.com. Website is right there at the bottom, neonpeacockmerch.com altogether. Go check it out. Sales happening at least twice a month. There should be one coming up really soon, but go ahead and feel free to check out all the other cool merch that you can get. Including coffee mugs, mouse pads, shower curtains, bedspreads, things of that nature. So please go out, check it out, support, sign up for the mailing list at least. That way, whenever a sale does hit, you guys can pick up all the cool merch that we got over there. There will be some other stuff dropping pretty soon. We're going to have an allegedly shirt with the finger quotes coming up. I'll probably work on that today and get that up on the website really soon. But let's go ahead and move on over to our next segment or section, which is the last section. I guess it's going to be our quarterbacks on the waiver wire. And let me get something going. I wanted a cool drop for it, but we'll do this. So QBs on the waiver wire. Who's out there? Who you guys targeted? Very important.
Dripping off the beat, kinda dripping off the meat grinder. He's minor, pimping, stripping,
There's so much stuff loaded in your
minor.
I get confused. Here we go. Week 5 QB waiver wire targets. We head on over to Sleeper. Maybe I should do a screen share since I'm by myself for the moment. Let's hop on over to Sleeper and we'll just check quarterbacks. Joe Flacco on the top of the trending list right now. We do know that he came in for somewhat hobbled Anthony Richardson, error 5, as we like to call him here on the site. So he did come in relief. He had 80% of the snaps, 16 of 26, which is better than Anthony Richardson's probably done all season. And of course, the 2 touchdowns on only 168 yards passing. So really, really good there. He did get sacked, right? That's a Joe Flacco thing. He's going to hang in the pocket, but already quarterback 34 on the season with just 15 fantasy points put up this last week. really good stuff. So Joe Flacco is somebody to be looking at. Obviously, Anthony Richardson, quarterback 20 on the year, not too bad. He has had a couple of spike games, or I guess maybe just that one big game versus Houston in week 1. Got knocked out early here in this game, 3 of 4. So he's finishing with the highest completion rate for a game. But I guess minimum 20% snaps. It's not a lot of snaps. So I don't know if this even qualifies, but he also lost the fumble in that short time. So there is the turnover situation. And he did look like he didn't know how to slide or doesn't know how to slide. He's like in a weird, like, I have a huge body, I'm going to try to use it kind of mode, but he doesn't know how to protect it. So there are the fears, a good game, several bad games, then injury. And that's kind of been the MO. Will he make it out of week 4? Like last year, we're pretty much, heading in the same direction, same kind of trend here as of last year to this year. So you get what you get when you draft AR or Error 5 here. But Joe Flacco, I have him in a lot of best balls, a lot of dynasties. He will be starting for me this week, I believe. I know that the Anthony Richardson hip pointer / flexor injury or whatever it is not considered anything major. He's going to miss some to little time or no time, but I'd imagine that they put him on the shelf for Jacksonville and let Joe Flacco go out there and win a game, an important divisional game for them, and then they'll decide what they want to do the following week with Tennessee. Yay. Cool. Oh, Bogart's back. There he is. All right, you're on stage, buddy.
As a work call. But yeah, I'm with you with the wacko flacco-ness. I actually hope that we at least get this 1 week against Jacksonville. Like, I don't like that they're talking that, Anthony Richardson might not miss any time. Bullshit. Fucking liars.
Yeah,
he's a runner.
Yeah, that's a pain tolerance issue. I had a hip pointer for most of my senior season of high school, and I had a hitch in my giddy up probably for like 6 weeks until I kind of started going away. I also had an ankle injury that I was dealing with that summer. It took a while to heal from as well, so I didn't start getting in my stride until like week 8. But those things do take some time, and like I said, pain tolerance. Every time you're making a stride, you're kind of wincing. So we'll see what happens with AR on that.
So we're going cortisone? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, probably. That would be the best bet there. He should be okay, right? But if he takes another
I don't want this, actually. Now that I think about this selfishly, for all my Joe Flacco shares in Superflex Dynasty, because I have 0 Anthony Richardson.
Get in there,
he goes out
AR.
there and just further hurts himself.
So, yeah, I feel like a lot of Error owners were coming into this week and being like, okay, good.
Error 5.
They're coming into this week and they're like, oh, okay, good, because there you go. What did Tino say? Toradol? I don't know what that is.
Toradol. That's the is that the one with the semen? Like the bull semen or something like that?
Okay.
There's like lidocaine.
Okay, I know lidocaine. That's like for the touch, right? Yeah. I use that like when I'm getting a tattoo work. They'll wipe when they clean the ink off. They'll wipe it with some lidocaine just to kind of help me out a little bit.
It's actually made from what they make cocaine with, right? But
right.
It doesn't have any of those properties. It only has like the numbing property. You know what I mean?
There you go. Tina says it's the best painkiller. It's the Brett Favre shit. I'm sure it is.
Toradol. I think they stopped giving Toradol.
Probably. Probably does a lot of damage to your internal organs or something.
They stopped giving it to NFL players at least.
Crazy.
The cortisone's still in that thing though. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Of course.
They don't ever bring it up too. They stop. Have you noticed they stopped bringing it up? Like, oh, he got a cortisone shot. They stopped bringing it up after bruh went too deep. Pause into Tyrod Taylor's shit. Remember he punctured his lung. He had a chest injury going, and then that was birthed Justin Herbert's that was his first appearance as week 2 of 2020. I think it was.
Yeah, there's not a lot of great quarterbacks out there. Obviously there's streamers, but Flacco probably being one. He's
Trevor
popular
Lawrence
right now. Trevor Lawrence is another one.
Trevor Lawrence is floating around in a single QB. He's playing against the Colts. Everyone shreds them.
Yeah, for sure. They give up booty. Justin Fields is another guy who could still possibly be out there.
There you go.
You know, he had two rushing
yeah,
touchdowns.
Just
Finally had that breakout game.
He's coming off of 300 and some
102 and then 2 on the ground. So yeah. And then of course Geno Smith had a big game last night. Wasn't well. It was a big game by his standards, I guess. Best game of the season.
400 yards, right?
395.
Oh, okay. Do better, Geno.
Yeah, man. 5 more yards, bro.
Come on, we're trying to get these bonuses, man.
Well, it would have been better if he hadn't thrown that greasy pick, right? So
yeah,
he was also 5 for 38 on the ground, which helped. I like that.
Yeah, it kind of alleviated the pick there, especially in our formats where it's -4.
Yeah, and then guys like Sam Darnold are probably not available. That was like last week or week before if you're brave enough to shoot the shot there.
I do have to eat crow when I got a question. It was a real serious question. It was like Jordan Love or Geno Smith this week, and I was like, this was going into week 4, and I was firm on Geno pause, just because of the matchup, right? But man, I feel like the Vikings, they can be had. They're not invincible.
Yeah. Anytime you put a little bit of pressure, that's the problem though. His offensive line plays really well, and they pick up blitzes and stunts really well. So if you have good Sam Darnold, any offensive line that's playing well, the quarterback is going to probably play well. I mean, these guys are in the NFL for a reason. They should be able to hit receivers when given time. Oh, I got to take a work call.
Do you think? Yeah, and going back to what he's saying, because I just realized too, yeah, like before this week, they actually played Texans, the Niners. What is it, baby? You can't reach it because you're short. Hold on, I'll be right back. Yogurt. No, there's no yogurt, not for breakfast. No, yogurt. Where's your mommy?
Yogurt.
Yogurt?
Yeah.
Did you even brush your teeth? You just woke up. Where's your mommy?
No. Mommy.
All right. Now I have a work emergency, so I'm going to have to jet.
Yeah, and she just woke up too. It's probably that time.
Well, there you go, everybody. Well, those are our quick, just real quick. We went over the quarterbacks, but I think we covered every position there. So make sure you guys are hanging out with us for tomorrow night's show, which will be the H-Town Huddle. We'll break down all the good stuff with the matchup coming up with the Bills this week. It's going to be a great one. So appreciate y'all checking us out. Make sure you're liking and subscribing, telling your friends, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bogart, you got anything for him?
I got yogurt?
Yeah.
Okay, it's yogurt. That's what I'll sign off on that one.
All right, perfect. We'll catch you guys on the next one, everybody. Appreciate y'all for showing up and showing out with us. Peace.
I'm on my way, babe, but you ain't got no patience. Need a steady hand like a game of operation. I focus, ride the wave like the ocean, but you always seem to complicate what my motive is. I'm on my way, that ain't why you in my way.